Hello.
Hello!
So one fun fact about me is when I first saw Margaret, I was like, how can I dress more like her? And then I found this at Goodwill, and I was like, got it! And I modded it, and it's all mine. And yeah, anyway, my name's Exary, X. I go here, I think this is like a year since the first time I came here, actually. And I just love it so much. And I wrote a book, and I want to share that book with you. And I have hella books, so hit me up, please. And also, like, yeah, I'm also not going to read what she said on the back, but I will say that her first draft was, if you can look at the table of contents and not want to buy this book, fuck off. There is a fun fact about the table of contents. It has page numbers, but if you look through the book, there's no page numbers. And I don't know what happened, because there was page numbers in my PDF, but there's not in the book. So yeah, and here's some poetry. This is called Wilder Things, the Rabbit Likewise Predating. Before I start, I'm going to say, like I've been yapping, but the thing about Wilder Things is that it's about a series of toxic relationships that I got into when I was 19 through 20. And so that's the context for this poem. She watches a coyote watching her, a moment's silence, two pairs of eyes narrowing in concert. There's freedom in being hunted and literally running for your life, knowing that even if you get away, even if you manage to evade that violent, hungry thing, a mere pace behind you, this is the only part of your life that ever fucking mattered. And for a moment, just a moment, you feel disappointment as you shake your pursuer. Yeah, and that's actually, thank you. That's the sequel to another one in here that's very early in the book. And so the first one's from my perspective, and the second one's from the other animal's perspective in that story. This is one I wrote about, okay, so if you've got the book with you, perchance, you'll notice the cover. My best friend in the world, my friend Devin, painted this for me, and it was so hard to get her to finish it because every couple days I text her like, is my cover done? Is my cover done? Is my cover done? And she'd be like, no. And then she, like after like a month and a half, she like texted me and she's like, it's done, and she sent me a picture. And so if you like look, you'll see that in certain parts the paint's not even dry. Because I was like, good, got it. And that's when I published my book. This is called Devin Thinks She'd Be a Good Candidate for Lobotomy. I tell Devin I'm glad we exist simultaneously. She asks me if I'm going to art school. Regret wraps itself around my no. Devin shows me her art. She turns her art teacher into Christ at the Last Supper. She asks if we're all fucked. I didn't know the context, but the answer was obvious. Yes. She teaches me about my eyes. In the stories we tell about ourselves, we're the antagonists. We play supervillains so we can pretend we aren't hurt. Violent fantasies belie vicious vociferosity. I tell Devin we're like convergent evolution. Different formulas, but the conclusion remains the same. Devin tells me she disliked me because I was interesting. Devin compliments me. Devin doesn't intend to. So this next one, when I first read it here, I was like, maybe the title's a little too on the nose. So I changed it and I called it Shadow Puppets. But I feel like we're close now, like we're all friends here, and I can just be real about who I am and my experiences. So this is called LSD PSA. This is your brain. This is your brain on, wow, sorry. This is your brain on, wow, this is my brain. 3 pounds of fat and water means the entire world, and it's beautiful, and it's complicated, but there's something there. And what is the world? I'm not apart from it, I'm a part of it. I can see things better now. like a newborn baby. And do you know how important you are? And did you know that you and I and everyone who's ever existed have only existed to experience ourselves? And did you know that we're the universe playing shadow puppets with itself to keep from going insane? And did you know I love you? And do you know that by virtue of your existence, the world is a better place? And I'm so happy to experience it with you. So, I write affirmations on my mirror, and this poem is based on an affirmation that I put on my mirror, and it's called a mantra. I am aware of the impact I have on others. Forgive me my words. The tree forgives the axe and loves it in turn. Forgive me my actions. The horse forgives the bit and bridle. The dog forgives the collar. Forgive me my moods. The house forgives the lightning. As it burns, the house forgives the lightning. Life is easy. Forgive me my tired eyes. I don't mean to stare. I stare. I don't mean to. Life is easy. In a room full of people, life is easy. Forgive me my words. Life is easy. In a crowded bed, life is easy. Alone at night, life is easy. Forgive me my heart. It's aching in my chest. It's hardening with time, but life is easy. Forgive me my thoughts. I defy them daily. The prisoner forgives the gallows as the ground drops from beneath him. Forgive me. I like this next one so much that I named the book after it. So this is called Chemical Messenger. I'll describe myself for you in 2 words. Dopamine seeking. Can I blame this on my parents? My dad apologized to me for inheriting his crazy. I don't mind. To me, manic just means in love with life. And there's no good reason I can't say no. And there's no good reason I can't stop. Can I blame this on my parents? I don't tell Devin this, but people want to be like people like us. They cosplay our crazy but get scared by its genuine face. Can I blame this on my parents? Whether I'm up for 36 hours straight writing, or whether I'm in the backseat of a stranger's car, there's something beautiful about madness, something lovely about being incurably me. Can I blame this on my parents? Those poems and more you can find here. But I have a couple more, and they'll be available in my second book, which is out next September, because I can't just be James Patterson shitting out books. So this is called Altered Stasis Over Positive Discharge, and it's about my experience taking diagnostic tests. Disagree strongly, disagree somewhat, agree strongly. When I took it the first time, it occurred to me that it was lacking in nuance. When I see myself in others, I can't help but be happy for them. I'm often bored and I struggle to say it without saying it. At times it appears enrichment is my primary motivator. What a blessing then to live in such an enriching world with so many goodies. I'm scared though, to say it I mean. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. That sentence contains secret significance. I will not elaborate. I live in a vampire's castle. I run down the walls and seep into the floorboards. Parts of me get caught in the doorways. At times I feel like the echo of an echo. The nature of my existence is thus that I'm a metaphor for the things you leave behind. I've never wondered who I used to be. I still haven't said it. I'm still afraid. Despite my present affliction, I still care what others think. When they say something funny, I laugh. I rehearse this. This poem is a window into the mind of I'm still afraid to say it. There's consequences to being the way I am. From another perspective, there's consequences to being the way anyone is. Thank you. I have like a couple more. Sorry, give me a sec. This is called Nobody Ever Asked Me What I Believe, so I'm going to tell you. I believe God is a psychopath and we're the lies he tells himself. I believe that burial is the only way to ensure reincarnation. I believe when we rot, our brains tap into the fungal network and become a part of it, our brainwaves dancing along mycelium synapses forever. And maybe I believe that's the point, to become a piece of everything below it all. And I believe that when the earth is a burnt-up husk unrecognizable to us now, the aliens will still recognize the significance of the spot where we first kissed. I believe queer love is holy, and I believe that rough sex is pure. I believe we're supposed to project onto the Greek heroes. So when Matthew and I did acid and he tells me that he Icaruses, I responded that everyone does, and we're supposed to. And I believe Sisyphus is finally satisfied, and I believe Judas only ever fulfilled his sacred duty. I believe the animals I encounter can read my thoughts, and I believe our love will outlast us. That's all, but nobody ever asked. This is called Sometimes Person. I wonder if maybe manipulation is a natural part of my communication style. Just another language I learned which, although lacking in malice, is no less unkind. Short-lived loves living in storage, stacked ceiling high. But I don't mind the temporary nature of the things I feed my heart. I play part-time partner particularly enthusiastically. Let me treat you right for a moment, because a moment is all I've ever had. Being a sometimes person means I'm good at temporary. Tempestuous trysts and dangerous dalliances keep killing my kindness, causing cracks and cold facades. Features flitting from face-to-face fighting for freedom from fear, frustration, and longing. Life, love, hard liquor, and soft luxury. I replace all of these things with the poetic royal you. You the reader, you the scorned lover let down lightly alongside leather combat boots, bringing butchered beasts and broadly speaking bristly sing-song to my step. Several lovers stated separately something which seriously stuck to this day. I am uncomplicated. Don't you dare deny my defects. I'll disregard the defiance decisively for now. But between not noticing the never-evers and saying something so suspiciously off-base, believe me, it's better to be brought along abreast against the brown feathers of tomorrow than brought beating and bawling from below to yesterday. Okay, I got one more. Thank you. This is called Another Mantra. I am aware of the impact others have on me. Their presence and absence confound me in equal parts. I get confused when people don't understand me, as if the things I say make sense. My problem appears to be that I'm more than comfortable being misunderstood. I'm thrilled. If it's all the same to you, I'd like to alienate myself further. Maybe it started off as a defense mechanism, or perhaps it came as a default function in my software. I don't have more to say on that subject. It only recently occurred to me that I'm visibly queer. For someone to whom appearance is so essential, you'd have thought I would have figured that one out sooner. The truth is, I'll never write a poem that will make you understand me. Maybe that's not what they're for. My purpose on this earth is to teach others about brains like mine. I'm easily entertained. It doesn't take a lot. I can sit by my lonesome and write or draw or create for hours at a time, with the right soundtrack. I've written 3 books under similar conditions. They have a lot of ideas about the world contained within them. Here's a free one. Writer isn't anything but an entry in the DSM-6. It takes a sick mind to write itself down. Here's another. A poem is a photograph of a mind trapped in a moment in time. The time now is 8:38 and 51 seconds. The date is 10/17/24. This is what my brain looks like. Thank you.